This one is black and this one is white. One is big, the other is small. I like milk chocolate, but you like dark. Okay, so you get the general idea. All of what I've said is comparing one thing with another, yeah? But in English Language GCSE, comparing needs to go above and beyond comments like the ones I've just shared. So when we think about comparisons, what are you expected to compare? Well, you might be asked to compare writers' ideas and perspectives. For example, do they have similar ideas or different ones? Different viewpoints are often important. Perhaps looking at language or other features of text might be important too. Comparative language is a key part of your toolkit. And if you're looking at differences, you might use words and phrases like these. However, on the other hand, in contrast, whereas, and for similarities, likewise, similarly, both writers, also. So let's have a look now at an example of how you could write about differences in two texts. In text A, the writer uses lots of emotive language, such as the abstract noun tragedy, whereas text B is more factual. 100 people were interested in the project. And a similarity might be, text B's approach is very positive and uplifting. Likewise, text A's is similar, with the focus being on possibilities. You can make this work. At this stage then, let's move on to look at the important skill of comparing text in even greater detail. Now, when you compare, you are likely to need to look at ideas and perspectives, or viewpoints, or maybe language. Essentially, you need to look at how texts are similar or different or both. But this will obviously depend on the task you're given and your examination syllabus. Here's an example for you to start. So many older adults experience feelings of loneliness and isolation as they age, but pets can provide the companionship and love that seniors desire. A new survey conducted by Home Instead Inc., part of the Home Instead Senior Care Network, found regular interaction with animals can help to reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness in older adults. The most frequently cited benefits of pet ownership are company, comfort, unconditional love, entertainment, and improved mood. In fact, 86% of pet owners agree that they would be lonelier and less happy without their pet, and 58% agree that they would not be as physically healthy without their pet. And let's have a look at a different extract. So some dog owners show their puppy love with fancy dog food, a special spot on the sofa, or toys and outfits. And then there are those who buy their dog a house. Not a dog house, mind you, a whole house. Meet Whitney, a 31-year-old mortgage industry professional who lives in Falls Church, Virginia. Similar to many millennials, she is focused on her career. So for now, her 3-year-old dog, Lucy Goose, is her baby. And as with any good parent, it's important to Whitney that her baby be happy in the family home. When my dog is happy, I'm happy, she confides. Whitney became a first-time home buyer 9 years ago when she was only 22 years old. Now, both of these two texts have something in common. They are both about pets. But if I was to ask you to compare similarities in terms of ideas and perspectives, what might you say? Now, you might want to pause the video here and think about it a little bit. Okay. So hopefully you have thought about it a little. Both are about pets. Both are about the benefits that pets can have on their owners. Both show how pets can improve people's loneliness. But in the examination, you are likely to be given longer text to write about. But hopefully you understand the key points I'm making here. What about differences between the texts, ideas, and perspectives? So here's a sample to help you. One main difference between both texts is the people who are discussed. The first text focuses on the impact that pets have on older people in general, such as reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. Whereas the second one looks closely at a particular person, Whitney, and how her dog, Lucy Goose, helps her with her life. Another significant difference is that the first text is about pets in general. Contrastingly, the second example is about a specific dog, Whitney's, and she says, "When my dog is happy, I'm happy." Now, like I've said before, it's often useful to practice comparative writing by looking at pictures. On the screen, you're going to see two pictures. I'd like you to think about the similarities and differences between them and write them down. So you might want to pause the video again in order to do this. You can hopefully see here that both of these pictures have similarities and differences. So let's have a look at them then. Similarities, well, both are pictures of cats and maybe quite cute cats. Both cats look young and are on their own. The background of each picture is not really important. So they're the similarities. And what about differences? Well, both cats are different colours. One is white and grey, the other is tabby. One has its mouth open, possibly mid-meow, and the other has its mouth closed. One is looking towards the camera, the other at something out of shot. The grey and white cat's location is hard to work out, but we can see that the tabby one is in some sort of field. Now, this task is a simple and I'm hoping very useful way of weighing up key points about different texts. You can practice this skill with different text, including pairs of images like I've shown you here. And as you move on to look at comparing in a bit more detail, you will have time to practice this further. Before finishing though, I would like you to write down as many different connecting words or connectives as you can, and you're going to see these on the screen. For example, similarly, whereas, on the other hand, in contrast, contrastingly, however, likewise, also, but, and. The list really does go on. So hopefully you can get lots of these to help you in your examinations.